I'm here with senior runner Ryan Kelly. Ryan, you guys placed in fourth in state last year. How do you guys look to get back there?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, we had a great team last year. Getting fourth at state and having a whole team qualify and sending some alternates to state as well. It's going to be hard to get back to where we were, losing that talent, but I think as long as we just go meet by meet and practice by practice and just put all of the effort in that we can, I think we can get a good team of districts, and we can get that whole team from districts to state. So we're just gonna have to take the season slow and just keep ourselves, stay healthy as a team and just push each other as a team.
Yeah, you guys did lose a lot of great seniors, but you still have a couple of players returning: Dylan Gross, Devin Newman, and yourself. But how will it be? How will it be to fill the void of the runners that left?
Yeah, you say a void, it's quite literally a void. 3 returners, 5 guys gone. It's a different team. You know, we saw Connor this morning out on the trail running with the Creighton guys, which was fun to see. But filling that void, it's gonna be hard. A freshman last year, Gavin Leeper, sophomore now, he just ran track last year and really made a name for himself out there. He went to state as a freshman, really impressive. So we have him now on the team. So we have 4 solid guys on the team. So we just got to find that 5th, the 6th, and the 7th spot on the team. But I think we have some good sophomores and some juniors that are going to step up for us on the team.
And you guys have a new cross-country coach on the engineer, Coach Price. He coached track, but now he's taking over the reins of cross-country along with that. So how do you feel about the new coaching?
You know, it's going to be sad to have guys now gone, Hunter, but I mean, she set us up quite well to transition into Preister's, having him as our head coach. And Preister, he's been with the program for all my full years here, so it's a familiar face to us. You know, we know who he is, and he loves cross country. He brings a lot of energy to practices, and he's fun to be around. You know, having him for a teacher as well is nice to. He's just a familiar face, But it will definitely be different without Gosnell, because she just had a different charm to her that not a lot of coaches have, in my opinion. But Preister, I think it'll be a good transition, and he's got some big goals for us this year. And I think we're going to.
I'm here with senior runner Ellie Whitman. Ellie, you guys are coming off a season where you guys didn't make the state meet last year. What do you guys have to do to make it this year?
Honestly, it's mostly just about showing up and staying consistent. We do have a really good group of girls this year, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to make it this year as a team. We always have 1 or 2 runners qualify, but the goal this year is to make it as a team. Yeah.
You guys have a really young team this year, so how important is it for the younger girls to get experience?
Yeah, a lot of them did run in middle school, but honestly, the experience is so different than in high school. So just getting some meets under their belt, showing up to practice, following the lead of the older runners is super important. So we try and set a good model for them. But yeah, it's looking really good.
And cross country puts a lot of season in the off work, doing lots of running. What does your guys' off season look like this summer?
Over the summer, we had practice every single morning, Monday through Friday, and then me and a couple other people even ran on Saturdays. We were putting in up to 50 miles a week, but on average about 30, 35. Morning practice, weights, just staying consistent. Yeah.
And then what are 2 things that you guys can do this year to improve off of last year?
Definitely the new team is going to help, but like I said, staying consistent, showing up. We're really working on mindset this year, having a positive mindset, and staying strong, I guess, going through all of it. But yeah, putting in the work. That's what we're doing.
Thank you so much, Ellie.
Yeah.
Good luck this season.
Okay.
I'm here with head cross-country coach John Preister. Coach Preister, this will be your first season as both the cross-country coach and the track coach. How much pressure will be added onto yourself coaching both cross-country and track?
Well, I've been an assistant coach for 7-8 years, and with Teresa Gosnell as the head coach, I learned a lot from her. So I'm just kind of sliding into kind of the program that she built that I kind of helped with, and not really any added pressure. I think cross-country is pretty simple. You just kind of get them pointed in the right direction, and give them some advice and encouragement, and the rest I think kind of takes care of itself. So.
You guys lost a lot of seniors and got kind of created a void in the gap. How are you guys looking to fill that?
We got a couple of kids that came out that weren't out this last year. Gavin Leeper is a tremendous runner. He's going to really help us. He'll be up in the top 2 or 3. And then a couple of the guys put in some really, really good summers where they were up in the 400 or 500 mile range. So the guys team, I think, even though they lost all those seniors, we're going to be pretty good. You know, it doesn't look like it on paper, but we'll be pretty good. On the girls' side, you know, we got our top, you know, 3 or 4 runners back, and they all put in a really good summer too. So it's a matter of kind of filling in. Can some of those underclassmen fill a bigger role this year? So that's where we're kind of keeping our fingers crossed for Connor.
Yeah, and you guys are more on the younger side. So how valuable will it be for getting these younger guys and gals the experience in their sophomore and junior season?
It's a big learning curve. You know, a lot of people think, you know, cross country is simple. Let's just go out and run. But there's a lot of strategy involved and a lot of stuff that kind of goes into it. And you know, these first 3 or 4 meets will be forgiven, and it's going to be a learning curve, and we'll kind of see what happens. And you know, the only meet that matters is the last 2, districts and state. So you know, they could do whatever they want before that, but hopefully we've taught enough by that point.
Yeah, and then with the loss of seniors, how will leadership play a big role in this team, especially for the boys team?
Yeah, especially on the boys' side, that's going to be huge. I mean, those 4 or 5 guys that we had last year, you know, developed in this program were huge varsity runners, and you know, you hope that those guys step up. And so far, you know, we have no reason to believe that they won't, and they haven't, and they've been doing a great job. You know, Ryan Kelly, Dylan Gross, Devin Newman, Jack Waits, those guys have really been doing an amazing job.
Yeah, and if you could pick a couple of players to have a breakout season this year, who would they be?
I mean, I would really keep an eye on, you know, Gavin Leeper. He's just a sophomore. Dylan Gross is going to have a huge season. And on the girls' side, Nevaeh Fox put in all kinds of miles. Nevaeh Fox, Ellie Whitman, Caitlin Saliga, they're going to be, you know, in the top 10, 15 at any race we go to, all those guys. So.
And if there are 1 or 2 things that you guys can improve from last year coming into this year, what would they be?
I think the biggest thing that we've kind of stressed is kind of our mental approach day in and day out. You know, cross country can be hard. Like, you show up and you have to run 5-6 miles. A lot of people don't like to do that. And even runners some days don't like to do that. But, you know, one thing we've talked about is, you know, you're going to have your good days and your bad days. And on those bad days, you know, how are you going to approach those to still get as much out of it as you can, you know, so.
Thank you so much, Coach Pricer. Good luck this season.
No problem.